We are now going to be talking to Kansas State quarterback recruit and #1 ranked player in Colorado, Jake Rubley. What's going on, Jake?
Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely, man. I've read a lot of stories about you, but before we get into that, tell me a little bit about you and your family. How are you and your family doing right now with this pandemic?
Oh, they're doing great. We spend a lot of family time together, which is huge. We're playing a lot of card games, and we're just getting through it together.
What kind of card games? So Crazy Eights? Crazy Eights? What do you play? Poker?
We play a lot of poker, a lot of euchre. We play little go fish. We spice it up differently.
What is it? U-Perk?
Yeah, I never played that either.
Yeah, old Iowa game. My dad showed us, and we love it. It's fun to play.
Oh, you got to teach me, man. Whenever, tell your dad to teach me. Send me the rules. I'll give you my email.
Online euchre.
I mean, I've never even heard that before. But your family's doing well. How are your grandparents? How is your parents doing?
Oh, they're doing great. My grandparents live in California right now, so they're doing pretty well. Just locked down out there, but everyone's doing pretty well. All things considered, so they're very blessed that way.
So tell us a little bit about your high school career. What ticked you? What made you become a quarterback? And knowing that you were a top recruit as a player, what made you choose Kansas State as the school you wanted to go and play for? I'm sure you had other schools that were interested in you.
Yeah, for sure. Just as a high school player, my dad's taught me everything I know about playing sport. My dad played in the NFL, and everything he's learned, he's taught me. And he also taught my older brothers, and I've learned a lot from them too as well. And so I was actually very fortunate to start as a freshman year in high school, and that was huge for my recruiting. And I just played through my freshman year and all the way up till now, and I've gotten very fortunate to get a few offers. And I was going through the recruiting process, and with Kansas State, it just felt like the right fit for me. The coaching staff, the fans, everything just kind of right up my alley. I just felt at home there.
Yeah, Errol did mention there were a lot of schools recruiting you, including a lot of good Big Ten schools: Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan. Errol's favorite team in Wisconsin, by the way.
No, they're not my favorite team.
Yes, that was a joke.
Jake, they're not my favorite team.
So,
I am not a Badger fan.
Was there a discrepancy with the conferences, maybe with the competition, the Big 12 always being known as an offensive conference, that maybe led you to sway more towards Kansas State?
I wouldn't say by conference. I'd really just go by school, just to fit with just like my style of play with the coaching staff, and also it came down to just right fit for me with playing time and just knowing where I would see myself being there for 4 years, and not just 4 years, 40 years. They have a great business school at Kansas State. I could really see myself with that.
Jake, the quarterback position is so cerebral, and I know a lot of people don't realize how much pressure you have as a quarterback. When you look at the position and the pressure that you're in, what goes through your head when you're at the line of scrimmage and you gotta call the play at the line of scrimmage? You feast look at the defense, try to read the defense and what they're going to do. Are they going to be bringing in blitz packages? Are you going to step back? Are you going to play action? What made you decide to play the position at quarterback? And do you like the pressure as a quarterback?
I love the pressure for a start. I love it. I love having kind of touching the ball every play and having the outcome of the play in my hands every play. And really what made me want to play quarterback is, it's kind of a family business. All my dad's brothers growing up, they all played quarterback. 3 of them played at Iowa State, and then another played at Auburn. And my dad played at Tulsa, all played quarterback. And my older brothers played. It's kind of a family business for us. And, it just kind of runs in our blood, play quarterback. And, when you get up to that line of scrimmage, kind of the game slows down, and you just see the whole field. There's no other feeling like it. It's unbelievable.
The guy who recruited you at Kansas State was a quarterback himself, and he was actually a very good one at Kansas State, and Colin Klein. He was a Heisman candidate for probably 7 or 8 games in the 2012 season. What about him as a fellow quarterback for both of you lured you to go to Kansas State? And what are the biggest things maybe you could take away from his game?
Oh, Colin Klein, he was unbelievable in college. He's been at that, that highest level. He was a Heisman candidate, runner-up, Johnny Manziel of all players. They were ranked number 1 3 weeks. They were one game away from being the championship. He brought him to the highest point, and he's a huge role model for me. I want to learn everything he did, and he's gained so much knowledge from the game since then. And I just can't wait to play underneath him, and can't wait to just pick his brain and see what he has to say.
Jake, is there a particular quarterback that you can compare and contrast yourself as that plays in the NFL, that plays college football right now? And what is your strengths and weaknesses as a quarterback?
I would say probably Joe Burrow is probably the biggest kind of similarity quarterback to me. Not the fastest guy, but he's good enough athlete to, evade out of the pocket and make throws on the move. He's got a big arm, he's smart as all get out. He's one of those guys that can just lead you down the field and read the defense perfectly. So I think that's like my biggest similarity comparison. And sorry, I didn't hear your second question.
My second question is I said compare and contrast. What is your strengths and weaknesses as a quarterback on the field?
I think one of my biggest strengths, I can make all the throws. There's no really throw I can't make. And then I think I'm very, very smart for the position, and I can read the defense pretty well. And, I think I get along with the players very well. So I don't know many players that dislike me. I think that's huge as a quarterback being a leader. I think a weakness, you just got to be, no one's perfect in the game. You always got to become smarter and know everything what you're doing. Maybe get a little faster, stronger, just become a better, more polished athlete.
So when did you find out you were the number 1 ranked player in the state of Colorado? And what was your reaction like when you finally found out?
He called Brandon Wood.
Funny story about that was because freshman year, Brandon Wood was actually the number 1 player in Colorado, according to 24/7 Sports. So, I was a little hungry for that position, but coming out sophomore year, they came out with a new ranking, and they actually, very fortunate, they gave me the number 1 ranking. That was huge, and ever since then, I've kept it. So, the goal for me is just be that top of my game all the time. It was unbelievable. I was very happy, and then just being ranked nationally across the board is just huge. It's a huge honor.
We are talking to Kansas State quarterback recruit Jake Rubley. Now, Jake, we did talk to Brandon Wood, and he mentioned you quite a few times. He said you guys were good friends. You played a lot of high school ball with each other, against each other on the same team. When you look and you try to compare and contrast him as a player, tell us what your thoughts because Brandon Wood told us a little bit about you. Tell us your thoughts on what Kansas State fans should experience and look forward to watching with Brandon Wood.
Oh, Brandon's a freak of an athlete. Super fast, great hands off the ball. He's going to be a dominant three-tech D-lineman. I can't wait to watch him be on the other side of the ball, especially being one of my really good buddies. We've played youth football together since we were 11 years old, which is unbelievable to think that we're going to be playing college football together. It's going to be he's unbelievable. He's so fast, strong. He knows how to get under leverages. You're going to see a lot of sacks from him in the Big 12.
Well, I will tell you this, Jake. He told me he's a big-time dancer, and he told me you can't dance for crap, okay? That's what he told me. So you need to attack him because he told me he's the better dancer, and he's a lot stronger than you. So I'm not trying to cause trouble over here, but I don't know. I don't know.
Honestly, I would have thought that they're the better dancer. I can't dance with crap. My cousin was trying to get me to do one of those TikTok dances, and she spent 20 minutes trying to teach me, and then she's like, you know what, you're unteachable. I think he's got me on the dancing part, but.
Well, I will tell you this. If you want to watch and you want to laugh at somebody dancing, you can watch my producer right over here sitting right next to me. He dances like he's a rockette, man. I don't know if you ever gone to Broadway or something like that. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is. He's got these high kicks, man, that go over his head. I don't know how flexible this guy is. Maybe in his pastime he was a rockette.
That's awesome. I'd love to see that.
I saw the show when I was
show you the video.
I saw the show when I was 6. That was it.
Is that what you were trying to mimic it?
No.
I don't know. You do every time you dance, it's like you're a rockette, man. I mean, seriously. I might as well grab your arms and we both do it together. I mean, seriously.
That's the case. I'll probably fall. So, Jake, in terms of the quarterback position, when did you actually start playing it? When did you start playing it at the youth level? And were there any other positions that you played at any level of youth football or high school football?
I think I first picked up a ball when I was about 2 or 3 years old. I haven't stopped throwing since. I don't even remember the first time I picked up football. But I think the first time I actually put on pads when I was in third grade. It was probably the worst season of football we've ever had in my life. We had like no idea what we were doing. We won like 2 games. But no, it was football. It's a great to me. It's been unbelievable, but it's one of those quarterback's one of those positions that it's just so much fun to play and so much pressure on you. I just love doing it.
We are talking to Kansas State quarterback recruit Jake Rubley, and he is the #1 recruit of Colorado, which is crazy. By the way, what is it like living in Colorado? Because I went over there to visit, and I'll tell you this, it's one of the prettiest states you've ever been to. It really is. And what is it like living in Colorado and playing and being a part of a family of all quarterbacks?
Yeah, I love it out in Colorado. You go to the mountains, you got the lake, you go to the beach of the lake, you go to the desert, you got it all out here. Skiing. You got the 4 seasons. The fall's beautiful here. The leaves turn brown. It's gorgeous. The winter, they get snow. It's a little thick sometimes, but it's not too awful. You get through it. In the summer, it's real hot. You could get 5 months of
Jake, give me a break. If you come over here to Long Island right now, you be dead, okay? It feels like when you walk out of your damn house, it feels like you're in a sauna. I look like an ice cream cone. Every time I walk outside. This guy sits in our studio. It's like 85 degrees because we have lights all around us. We have green screen lights all around us. And this guy says after the show, it's literally 85 degrees in this room. And I walk out, I feel like I'm going to die. And this guy says, well, it's not that hot. It's not that bad. Serious. I feel like an ice cream cone when I live here in New York. So please, I know you're telling me it's warm over there, but it's nothing like it is over here.
No, I bet not. Especially because we don't have humidity here. So it's a high desert, so it's really, really dry. And, your face gets a little dry and peely sometimes, but you'll get through it.
Well, that's good for Speedy because he likes it when his face is dry. So there you go.
Not specifically, but okay.
But being part of a family quarterbacks, it's actually up my game 100%. We're always competing against each other. We always want to one up the other brother. Watching both my brothers play college football, it was great seeing them. And then you're like, I want to be at that point, but then they want you to be better than them as well. Like, I want my little brother to be better than me, and he's going through it. But we're always pushing each other. When we play, like, we'll wrestle in the living room, and my mom will be like, stop knocking over lamps. We probably broke like 80 plus lamps in our house. But no, it's always competition in our house, and I think that's just huge for us.
So we were talking about the geography and the scenery of Colorado for the most part.
Oh, God.
And one of the big noticeable things with the pro sports in Colorado is the altitude. It makes a big difference. Now you're going from a big difference of maybe that playing in different parts of the state now to a Big 12, which is a lot of Texas, Oklahoma teams. It's all flatland. It's a lot of desert like we were talking about. Do you think that'll make a difference in terms of the game of a quarterback playing in those different types of climates and different geographies?
I think it's going to be huge, actually. When you're here, you don't get as much oxygen. So when you go down to sea level, you can breathe a lot longer and you're more conditioned. So I think it's going to be a big advantage coming down to Kansas and going right down to Texas and all that. But I think it's going to be huge advantage to be a part of that. I know, like, Olympic trainers come up to Colorado Springs to train. They swim, train so they are well conditioned for the Olympics.
We are talking to Kansas State quarterback recruit Jake Rubley. Jake, was there any other sport you played in high school besides football? And if there was, were you as good as you were? Were you as good as you are in his football? Did you play baseball? Did you play basketball? Was there a sport that really stood out to you besides football?
I ran the only sport I really played high school was track. So I've started on the 4x1 team since I was a freshman in track. But I really just do track to get faster for football. I was like a top 10 long jumper in 8th grade.
Wow.
So I was pretty good at long jumping. But everything I do athletically just trains for football. I want to do everything that passes over. That's why my parents never let me play baseball.
I know why you got into track. I know why your parents put you into track, because they expect you to get into the NFL draft. You want to go to the combine. You want to run a 40 in about under 5 seconds, and you want to jump as high as a deer, right? Is that why your parents put you in track?
I think that's exactly right. You want to train. Track's great. Great for training, and it's great competition as well.